Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Cash Matlock. Legendary NBA player Kobe Bryant, his 13-year-old daughter, and 7 others were killed when a helicopter they were in crashed earlier today in Calabasas, California. Details of Bryant's shocking death are still coming in. Millions of people across the globe are in mourning. Our Courtney Robb joins us here in the studio. Courtney, what is the reaction to this tragedy?
Cash, the reaction has just been, is this even real right now? It's not just Los Angeles, it's not just the NBA and the basketball community. People everywhere in a state of shock, in a state of mourning over this incredible loss and death of 40-year-old Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna. I mean, just last night, Bryant's decorated NBA career resurfacing after LeBron James surpassed Bryant on the NBA all-time scoring list. Bryant then congratulating James for knocking him from that 3rd spot down to 4 when it happened. Now, for this to happen just hours later, it's completely surreal for so many people trying to process that Bryant Mamba is gone. This was the scene outside the Staples Center after the news broke. People gathering to remember Bryant. The news announced right before the start of the Mississippi State Ole Miss women's basketball game. Our sports reporter Chris Bolton caught up with coaches and fans at the Humphrey Coliseum reacting to the news. Take a listen.
There are no words to express the feeling that we all had. You know, I grew up in the Jordan and then Kobe came along era, and everybody, I wanted to be Kobe. Everybody wanted to be Kobe, and so it's surreal, and I think that's why I allowed one of my daughters to come in and experience this, because time is precious.
For Kobe, for just think back to his career. I mean, you're talking about one of the all-time great players, and he's got a daughter. I mean, and she's going to play. It's such a tragedy, and it hits on so many fronts. That's a family. That's just, they're not here anymore like that. I mean, you woke up this morning, and now you have that. For somebody that did so much for our game, both as a player and ambassador. He's a great dad. You know, I've seen him and her together many times at games, and yeah, I don't know the full story, so I don't know what they were doing, but they were together. That means something.
Kobe was like my favorite player, and I had started watching his daughter, and it's kind of sad to see her go, because he was like, she was gonna play just like him.
He's so young. He was so young, and you never knew what Kobe Bryant was going to do on the court. He was absolutely incredible with the basketball, one of a kind, no doubt about it.
He's now one of the biggest influences in the NBA and just in basketball in general, especially to young kids. Like my generation, you know, I know a bunch of kids that played basketball, grew up watching Kobe, and so it's really upsetting.
He set the standard. He's what people wanted to be. He's what kids wanted to be, what other players wanted to be. That's what he was the aspiration.
Felt like a member of my family, you know, when you grow up watching an individual and a diehard Laker fan, that makes, you know, it makes a difference.
The lasting impacts that Bryant had clearly so obvious. The NBA Commissioner Adam Silver making a statement on Bryant's passing earlier today, saying the NBA family is devastated by the tragic passing of Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna. For 20 seasons, Kobe showed us what is possible when remarkable talent blends with an absolute devotion to winning. He was one of the most extraordinary players in the history of our game, with accomplishments that are legendary. 5 NBA championships, an NBA MVP award, 18 NBA All-Star selections, and 2 Olympic gold medals. But he will be remembered most for inspiring people around the world to pick up a basketball and compete to the very best of their ability. He was generous with the wisdom he acquired and saw it as his mission to share with future generations of players, taking special delight in passing down his love of the game to Gianna. We send our heartfelt condolences to his wife, Vanessa, their family, the Lakers organization, and the entire sports world. Again, that was NBA Commissioner Adam Silver describing Bryant the best anybody possibly could, and so much more that could be said about Bryant, his illustrious career, his life, the Mamba mentality, legacy living on, as NBA star Kobe Bryant is confirmed dead at 41. Cash.
Developing tonight, another Parchman inmate was found dead in his one-man cell at the Mississippi State Penitentiary at Parchman this morning. Mississippi Department of Corrections says Joshua Norman, who was 26 years old, was found hanging at Unit 29. Sunflower County Coroner Heather Burton says no foul play is suspected. Norman was serving 5 years for armed robbery in Oktibbeha County. He was sentenced on April 30th of 2019. Official cause and manner of death are pending autopsy results, and the investigation is ongoing. We're going to have more details as those become available. While Marshall County inmate was also found dead, Isa Arnita with Management and Training Corporation says Jermaine Tyler was found unresponsive in his housing unit around 8:15 Saturday evening. WREG out of Memphis says that Coroner James Anderson was called to the Marshall County Correctional Facility around 8:45 that same night. Arnita says there are no initial signs of foul play. The victim's body has been sent to Pearl for an autopsy. It's not clear who the inmate was or what led to their, excuse me, that is an incorrection. We're going to have more details on this as it becomes available. Well, Tupelo police are currently investigating a shooting that happened at the intersection of Canal Street and Martin Street. Chief Charles McDougall says the incident happened around 5:30 this afternoon. No injuries have been confirmed at this time. He says suspects left the scene before police arrived. Witnesses and persons of interest are currently being interviewed. Police are asking anyone with information to please contact Crime Stoppers of Northeast Mississippi. Well, a teenager was taken to the hospital after an early morning shooting in Eupora. Police Chief Greg Hunter says officers responded to the scene on Martin Luther King Jr. Drive around 1 a.m. Sunday. Hunter says the victim was grazed by a bullet after a fight broke out at a party in the parking lot of the Masonic Lodge. The victim is in stable condition. There are multiple suspects in this case, but no arrests have been made. This is an ongoing investigation. If you have any information, please contact the Eupora Police Department.
There are some light showers continuing to push through the area on this Sunday night. Temperatures for all of us down into the 40s. We'll continue to see the showers push off to the east, but clouds will be left behind and will likely deal with some fog and some drizzle by the morning. There's where we see rain here from Tennessee, now pushing through Alabama down to the coast. As it pushes off to the east, then there will be some sunshine coming for parts of us on Monday. It may take some time. We'll have more showers as well throughout the week. I'll time that out for you coming up in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Jacob. Well, age and experience are just numbers when you come ready to compete. Horsemen saddled up today in Starkville to race the clock and each other in a Winter Series event. WCBI's Tyler Hull brings us more on the barrel racing action.
The Winter Barrel Race Series is a series of events that have riders and their horses racing against time. Mississippi Horse Park Director Brickley Miller says people from all across the region saddle up to compete.
This event draws contestants here to compete in barrel racing that would normally not come to Starkville, Mississippi on a Sunday afternoon. We do have contestants from all over the state of Mississippi, even contestants from Tennessee and Alabama today.
18-year-old Laura Flowers says the atmosphere at the horse park makes the more than 3-hour drive from Vicksburg worth her time.
Everyone's just very welcoming. Coming from 2.5 hours away, that's super important because if something breaks on the trailer or if you need help with anything, everyone's just super willing to jump in and help you.
Another unique aspect of the series is the wide range of experience and ages that come ready to compete.
Well, we have some very, very young riders here. We have some riders that are here that it's their very first barrel race today, and they are actually under the age of 10 that are competing today. And then, of course, we have seniors that are riding as well.
Flowers believes the horse park in Starkville is one of the best places in the region to ride.
This is one of the best pens to run in as far as ground goes. Our horses are very expensive, and you don't want to run on just any ground and risk injuring them in any way.
Tyler Hull, WCBI News.
In this series is Saturday, February 15th. Well, getting up early just got a whole lot easier. Mom to Mom is next. Stay with us. Welcome back. Not everybody is a morning person, but what if I told you there was a way to make waking up a little bit easier? Here's this week's Mom to Mom. Take a look.
Today on Mom to Mom, we're going to show you how to make waking up early a positive experience. Moms, are you having a hard time getting your kids up in the morning? It can be super frustrating, and yelling at them can just set a bad tone for everyone for the rest of the day. We've got some great tips to help it go a little bit easier for you. So if your kids usually are pretty cranky and wake up in a bad mood, Finding a more gentle and subtle way to wake them up is a lot better than pushing and shove them. So maybe try a little back scratching, brushing their hair a little bit, or just gently saying, I love you, good morning. That helps as opposed to flipping on the light and saying, get up. Now, if your kids are more of like a heavy sleeper, try putting on some of their favorite music in the mornings. Everyone should have a morning routine, whether it's 3 to 5 steps, brushing your teeth, laying out your clothes the night before, making your bed, grabbing breakfast, whatever it is, getting them on a set routine just makes the steps go easier and easier every morning. Maybe try doing things the night before, like setting out the clothes, making those school lunches, whatever you can do to make waking up in the morning less stressful. Getting your kids on a morning routine, using a more positive voice to help wake them up, and of course, doing things the night before will absolutely help ease that stress every single morning. Hang in there, moms. Eventually, they'll get it. Wish me luck.
When I was a kid, I just drank coffee. That did it for me, right? Hey, we'll need some coffee out the door tomorrow. A bit dreary out there with temperatures in the 40s and some fog. We'll talk about that and more coming up in just a bit.
WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
There are some showers pushing through this evening with temperatures falling into the 40s as expected. Before we talk too much about the weather, though, let's give a shout out to some kids during our WCBI Weather School. First stop on Friday morning for me was in New Hope at New Hope Elementary School. The pre-K classes came out, had lots of questions, bright smiling faces, lots of science fans in that bunch there. Then to the afternoon, down the road to Winona, home of the Tigers, the kindergartners all came out. Look at them, all excited to see some science happen before their eyes. Always love when we do WCBI Weather School on the road. If you would like a meteorologist to come to your school, visit our website or send us an email, weather@wcbi.com. Temperatures this evening are in the 40s out there. We're at 48 right now in Columbus, 49 in Macon, Starkville at 46. It is 48 up in Houston. Some of those showers are pushing off to the east now. They'll be wrapping up in the next hour or so. Still, we'll be left with a mostly cloudy sky tonight and trade those showers for some drizzle and patchy fog. Temperatures won't drop much farther. Just down to the middle 40s overnight tonight is where we will end up. There goes our showers. Notice here by the early morning hours on Monday, we are still mostly cloudy, perhaps a little drizzle and some patchy fog in places. Those clouds may try and mix out as we get into Monday morning and early Monday afternoon. It may take some time, though. Maybe by mid to late Monday afternoon, some of those low clouds will disappear. If those low clouds hang on a little longer, that will keep our temperature about 5 degrees below the forecast high. I'm optimistic, though, that we can get some sunshine, and we'll have to wait and see what happens. Low clouds around here can sometimes be a little bit pesky. We'll go ahead and mark things as the mid to upper 50s into the afternoon with clouds mixing out and some sunshine coming on in. North and west winds will be 3 to 8 miles an hour. It's 58, the high in Columbus, 60 in Macon, 57 in Eupora, and in Bruce, 56 in Houston. If some of those clouds hang around till the middle afternoon, those highs would only be in the low 50s in those areas. Now, after Monday, then, we do get the chance for some more showers here. There goes system number 1. System number 2 then comes Tuesday evening into Wednesday, bringing some showers with it. And then system number 3 winds up in Kansas. That brings us a chance for some showers as we head into Friday, is what I'm expecting here. Not a whole lot of rain out of this. By the end of the week, probably only getting less than an inch in some spots, most spots even less than a half an inch.
The classic battle between Dogs versus Rebels in Starkville this afternoon. Highlights from the game after the break.
With Courtney Robb.
It's a tale as old as time itself, the rivalry between Mississippi State and Ole Miss. This time reigniting on the hardwood this afternoon. The Bulldogs, the reigning champs in the last 11 straight matchups. Let's get to all the action happening over in Starkville. The Rebels in the Humphrey Coliseum for round 1 of this rivalry this season. First quarter, State coming out hot. Guard Zaria Wiggins pulls the 3 from out on the wing. State going up 4-0 early. Next Bulldog possession, forward Chloe Bibby dumps it down low to forward Rakia Jackson with the finish off the glass. MSU takes a 6-0 lead. Still in the first, Wiggins with the rock finds Carter down low, knocks the turnaround Jay. State leading 10-0 to start things off. Bulldogs with the ball. Wiggins another dime, this time from Bibby, knocks down the tray. MSU leading 15-2. Ole Miss answers back. Guard Jayla Alexander, the triple handoff to guard Deja Cage, hits the mid-range J. State still in the lead, 15-4. Bulldogs ball. Guard Maya Taylor with the ball, dribbles and then takes it to the rim. State up 19-4 and rolling on all cylinders. Bulldogs continue to rack up assists. Guard Jordan Danbury finds a slashing Wiggins for 2. State up 18. Rabs with the ball. Alexander the crossover and drive. Tori Lewis with the 3 bucket. Bulldogs up 39. Later, MSU with the ball. Wiggins adding on to her assist, finds Carter down low, who makes the shot in traffic. Carter would have 24 points, 11 rebounds. Then again, Danbury to Carter for the turnaround shot. State up 37-10. The Rebels trying to answer back. Next possession, Cage puts on the moves, hits the step back J. MSU too much for the Rebels, making it 12 straight for the Bulldogs against Ole Miss. Your final, MSU 80, Ole Miss 39. Here's reaction from State and Ole Miss after the game.
We gave up a lot of points the other night on Monday night, and that's very uncharacteristic of us. But, you know, when we went back and looked at the film, I think the kids saw why. And so we've got to get better. We went back to work. We had 2 really good workout days, Friday and Saturday. I think we got better, and I thought the first half showed that tonight.
Without an inside game, we can't win, seeing from South Carolina, so I've been working hard on posting up so they can get me the ball easier.
I don't know if we start off slow, if they start off on fire. Either way, 30 points in a quarter is not something that we want to have. I don't care who we play. We were able to get it down into more manageable numbers, 17, 18, 15 for the next 3 quarters, but the damage was already done.
A man with a lasting impact gone way too soon. We remember Kobe Bryant right after the break. The sudden death of 41-year-old NBA legend Kobe Bryant and his daughter shaking up the entire world of sports earlier this afternoon. Bryant and his daughter Gianna, age 13, were confirmed dead due to a helicopter crash. Both were headed to a travel basketball game for Bryant's daughter Gianna. As the news spread, so did the reaction, from fans gathering outside the Staples Center in Los Angeles to honor Mamba's memory, to teams in the NBA competing and taking moments of silence for the lost legend. The NBA obviously immensely broken up today in the wake of the news. Here's the reaction.
He went beyond great playing. He was a competitor that goes unmatched, and it's what made him as a player so attractive to everybody. That focus, that competitiveness, that will to win. And even more importantly than that, we all feel a deep sense of loss for what he meant to all of us in so many ways, and so many millions of people loved him for so many different reasons. It's just a tragic thing that there are no words that can describe how everybody feels about it.
Everything. Everything I learned came from Kobe. Everything. Take Kobe away, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have love. I wouldn't have the passion, the drive. You know, everything. Everything came from him.
There's just so many people he touched, you know. And, you know, it's looking at my young players and seeing how emotional they are. They didn't even know him, you know, and it just tells you how far his reach was. So.
To my family, my wife Vanessa, our daughters Natalia and Gianna, you know, thank you guys for all your sacrifice. You know, for all the hours I spent in the gym working and training. And Vanessa, you holding down the family the way that you have. I can't, there's no way that I can thank you enough for that. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And what can I say? Mamba out.
Look for some scattered showers to wrap up here in the next couple of hours. We'll trade that for fog and drizzle in the morning. Next chance for showers comes late on Tuesday into Wednesday, and could see some more than Friday. Not expecting heavy rain, though, and we also do not expect any severe weather. Very seasonal, actually, for this time of year, in the 50s, with some sunshine and 60 by Sunday.
I'm so glad we don't have any severe weather.
Right? Isn't that a nice thing to see here? We'll keep our eyes on that. The camera's just moving there on its own.
It's ready to go home.
Yeah.
We all are.
Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow.